What's tonight, for? If this team get beat, we in the final four.
He's a poor man LeBron, bro, when it comes to trades. It's like, you guys look at, KD went to go
down 3 games, it's a quick sweep.
Not cap if you want to. Cap if you want to. Cap if you want to.
You know what's in me.
When I said that they let James Harden do the same thing and let Kevin Durant do the same thing, and they're essentially letting James Harden do the same thing again.
I said Kevin Durant should have took a 50-50 blame, and Westbrook should have took a 50-50 blame too.
Bust motherfucking down, baby. Bust down, man. What's up, fellas? Back on this beautiful ass Monday. Back to talk some NBA playoffs. You feel me? Still watching that shit illegally like LeBron. I don't give a fuck. You don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. You feel me? You ain't paying no money. The millionaires can't pay no money. I ain't paying no money. Anyway, how you fellas feeling?
I'm good, man. Let's talk some playoffs. Let's get it.
Get some playoffs going. So let's look at the playoffs before we pick back up our legacy talk on coaches this time. We got OKC finishing the Grizzlies in 4. Any surprises there?
Not particularly, no.
I don't think so.
I think Dallas would have put up a better fight, though.
Healthy, maybe. With Kyrie and Anthony Davis, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
The Grizzlies, I mean, they put. It's time to blow that shit, bro. I ain't gonna lie
They
to
put
you.
them in the dirt.
It's time to blow that shit up.
You put them in the dirt. Why you say that?
Bro, they was up 27 when John Moran got hurt.
Fair point.
If they cannot hold a 27-point lead, bro, like I'm talking about the rest of that court, like, nah, bro. It's time to blow that shit up. Desmond Bain, you gotta go with the T-Rex arms. You gotta go, sir. I'm sorry.
He said, I got the big head, little arms.
It's time for you to go. Jaren Jackson Jr., you getting me 5 rebounds a game and you're 6'10". It's time for you to go. I don't care, bro. Like this is the reality with small market.
Game.
Blow that shit up. That shit is embarrassing, bro. On your home court, y'all lose a 27-point lead like that, bro. That shit is embarrassing. If I was the owner, I'd be asking myself, like, what fans want to come see this shit? We might as well be asked for a little minute. Who want to come watch our team at the crib lose a 27-point lead?
Damn, but I want to blow everybody up and want them all to be asked out.
Time to go. We tried.
Go.
Tried.
We tried.
Mulich, anything to add to with Boo?
No, I mean, honestly, I didn't think that the Grizzlies were necessarily prepared for this matchup anyway. But yeah, shit, it really didn't surprise me that they got swept, honestly.
All right, next in the West, we got Nuggets versus Clippers. That series is tied 2-2. What are we seeing from that series? Mulich?
That's going 7. That is going 7. That is a very intense series. I don't know if y'all been watching that series. That series,
I have.
Fuck. Like,
Kawhi went stupid game too.
Jawing, the extra fouls, all of the stuff that's happening in that series right now. Kawhi playing at a high level, James Harden playing at a high level, Norman Powell playing at a high level. We finally, guys, everybody, Jamal Murray's here. We finally seen this nigga. Oh my God. It's like we haven't seen this nigga for 7 years and then he pops out in the playoffs. Oh my God. So if we actually finally get a Jamal Murray sighting, Aaron Gordon is dialed the clock back. He's starting to get rebounds and starting to play a lot better. NPJ still SOS because, you know, his back is still on IR. So there's that. But, I mean, other than that, this series, you have Jokic. You found Jamal Murray in the you know what I'm saying, in the darkness. Aaron Gordon is balling. This is going to be a really intense series. I'm not going to lie to you. I still got the Clippers in 7, but I think this series is going to be very, very intense.
What?
Yeah, definitely a good series. I'm a little disappointed in the Clippers. I think they should be up 3-1. They blew game 1. They really could. To be honest, they probably should have swept the Denver Nuggets. To be honest, they was up like significantly enough in game 1. It was still like, to me,
both games they lost by 2 points, I believe.
Yeah. Like, to me, when I look at Game 1, like I said, they was up like 15. They kind of reminded me of the shit that happened against Denver in the bubble, right? Where they up a lot of these games going into the fourth quarter and they just blowing the leads. So for me, I think this is gonna be bad for Kawhi if he don't get this done. Like, I'm gonna say, like, I think a lot of people gonna be like, yeah, see, no matter what, like, people be trying to put him in conversations that he don't really deserve to be in a lot of people's eyes. Like, I personally think he should be in the Kevin Durant conversation, but I don't think a lot of people believe that.
Because of his injuries.
Because he just don't have the body of work, like the longevity numbers. People will point out Thaddeus Young got more points than Kawhi Leonard, shit like that.
Yeah, but he also missed more games too.
Yeah, he also played longer still though. Like, but it's a lot of guys that still actively that you wouldn't just think got more points than Kawhi. But that's the shit people point at though. The totals, you know what I'm saying, his place, his rankings relative to that. Which is fair. I agree, it's fair. But I think once a player for me have shown me like a consistent peak body of work, like he did, he gave us a decent stretch. I want to say from like 2016 to about 2021.
Yeah,
it was pretty healthy, and he was one of the 5 best players in the league for that time, in my opinion.
For the Eastern Conference Finals. All right, next we got I'm gonna go Clips in 7-2. I think they pull it out. But I am with Buap. They should have not lost 2 games by 2 points.
That's true.
Somebody got to make a shot there. Somebody got to do something there. But I do think the Nuggets are. I don't know. I feel like the Nuggets are missing something. Like they're there, but they're not really there. You know, and I feel like the Clippers are there too, but I just feel like the Clippers are a little bit more there, if that makes sense. I know I don't make a lot of sense on this show, but
just present more mismatches. That's all.
Yeah.
Nobody can really guard Harden. Nobody can guard Kawhi. Obviously, nobody can guard Jokic, but Zubac is like competing. That's the difference.
He is. I was watching that game the other day, and Zubac was competing, throwing some fouls down low.
He's playing at a high level. Shit, I think he can play against Jokic.
He's making them guard him. He's
getting up for that matchup. I got to give it to him.
Jokic honest, and that's a testament to both players, honestly, because Jokic is still balling while still having to play some pretty steady defense against Zubac.
Not for sure.
All right, next week.
Zubac is a rebounding beast, and if you want to. If you want to beat the Clippers, you're gonna have to neutralize that rebound. He's been working on both sides, so I'm not gonna lie to you. You got to really give a shout out to Zubac, man. Like, he doesn't get talked about a lot, but what he's been doing in this series against Jokic, 3-time MVP, yeah, that's no slouch, man.
Not at all.
Yep, no, I agree. I am watching these games. I got the game on right now. I turned that Heat game on because I did watch Boston lose the other day. But we'll get to that. Next up, we got Lakers versus Timberwolves. Tim's got to end it game 5. It's got to go. It's got to be done. Lakers win game 5. I think it's definitely going to go 7. Got to go 7 after that. But you can't give him life. Don't give him life. I don't want to give his fans anything, Tim. Come on, Anthony Edwards. Live up to the words that you said. How you feeling about this Lakers versus Timberwolves game? What series?
This is kind of what I want to say somewhat predicted. I don't know if I would have said it would have been down 3-1. I might have said 2-2. I thought it was going to be a tip for tap series, but I thought the deciding game in this series was going to be game 5. And that was only if it was 2-2. I think the Timbs they're going to pull it off in 6. I think the Lakers will win game 5 more than likely, unless they are demoralized, which is possible. A lot of these cats ain't never really been in like Bron and Luka. Obviously, yeah, they've been in these pressurized situations, these win and go home games. Austin Reeves, I guess, to a degree, but this is a I don't want to say this is a legacy type game. It just feels like legacy is on the line here. Like Luka, LeBron losing in the first round. That sounds so bad, bro. Like it just sounds so disgusting. So I want to say LeBron and Luka just ain't gonna fold in a game 5 at the crib. I just want to say that, but man, he's just like he's entering. To me, he's entering the top 10 conversation last year. He's clearly top 10 now. He's trying to enter that top 5 conversation. Like, depending on how far, because you got to think about what people were saying about the Timberwolves once they traded Cat. Oh, they're done. Julius Randle, blah, blah, blah. They're done. Now, bro, they're finna upset a team that most people was chatting about going to the finals. I mean, bro, this has got to be like a legacy type game for Bron, for Luka, and for Ant. Like, so it's a lot going on in that game 5. But I'm gonna say the Lakers pull it out, and Tim's close it in Minnesota in game 6.
Yeah, before I kick it to you, we got Luka averaging 30 on the series. LeBron with 26. And on the other side, we got Anthony with 29.8, which is basically 30, and Julius Randle with 22. Yeah, so the top guys are doing the thizzles.
It's the other. Jalen McDaniels is playing better than Austin Reeves.
Jalen McDaniels is averaging 20 points. Naz Reeves 14 points. And then on the Lakers, you got 17 from Austin Reeves and 12 from Hachimura.
Yeah, that's not gonna get it done. The Lakers fans was expecting Austin Reeves to definitely outplay fucking. They might have was expecting to outplay Julius Randle, to be honest.
Oh, they were definitely expecting that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so
definitely expecting that.
Yeah, they was expecting this shit, bro. Like, and I told people I was asking like these diehard Lakers fans, do you not think Julius Randle gonna be somewhat of a problem? I mean, like he is a real physical player, bro. Like he's aggressive. I'm just saying I don't really see nobody that's on the Lakers really capable. Man, Brian, you want Brian guarding Julius Randle? Okay, good luck with that shit. Good luck with that shit, bro. Brian gonna be tired as hell, bro. It's like guarding a football player on the basketball court, bro.
And that's exactly what he is, because he said he loves football. So good luck, Brian.
Dude is like a tight end, bro. Like, all right, we gonna see. Like, I just think the Timberwolves posed problems coming into the series. They still pose problems now. Luka can't guard a fucking stop sign. Like, it's bad, bro. And even though he's hooping offensively, he's hooping.
True.
He is hooping.
This is part of what people don't want to accept. What Dallas made as and everybody, bro. This shit is bad, bro.
Bad, bro.
It's bad, bro.
And it's just effort too. It's like nigga don't give no effort. Moving.
Hey man, Los Angeles Lakers, salt and pepper shakers. Hold on, wait. Your favorite hater, T-Wolves in 5, nigga. What the fuck are we talking about, nigga? Yeah, I love it. All these fuck ass Laker fans out here. This warms my heart, bro. This warms my heart. Do you know how happy I was to see Ant-Man drop 43 on the Lakers the other night? Okay, pushing Braun in his chest, getting all up in Braun's face. All right, letting him know something. Okay, giving him the business. All right, literally warms my heart. And I wanted to speak on that Julius Randle point because a lot of people did. They literally wrote off J. Rand. I'm not even gonna lie to you. People forget not only did he get drafted to this team, but this team was literally the team that gave up on him. So of course he has been some type of vendetta against his team, right? So he's gonna want to come out and prove something. I think a lot of people forgot that, specifically Laker fans, right? He wanted this matchup.
You're like, fuck the bro.
You can see all look in his face, his demeanor, the way he's playing. He wants this matchup. He wanted this matchup because he felt like this team gave up on him. And he's balling right now. He's letting them know something about something. Okay? So, yeah, shout out to Julius Randle. That man is literally out there. Like, y'all gonna respect me, bro. Like, y'all are the ones who drafted me. I was supposed to be this, the next that. And y'all threw me aside as soon as this guy got here.
Julius Randle said, I'm pulling up on you, nigga. Put some respect on my name.
Kevin Gates, Kevin Gates.
That's what he did, because we all know all the young cats was there. Julius Randle, Lonzo Ball, Josh Hart, all them guys was there. Then who came in the building?
Big Brian.
Then who all left? There you go. So yeah, Julius Randle got a vendetta against these niggas. For sure. He's taking it out, most definitely. I love to see it.
I really do. I have no quarrels with it. I love it.
I think all three of us looking at the game. All three of us is just like that's Steph Curry on the screen. Like, it's game time. Jimmy Butler playing. But yeah, I think it's over, baby. It's over for him. I'm going with Moo. Lakers in 5. Fuck that. Wolves in 5. That's just what it is, man. I mean, Anthony Edwards talked this shit, and he backed this shit up. You feel me? That's what it is. Now get your ass beat, and now Jordan fans got something else they could throw on. Excuse me, LeBron's legacy. How you get Luka and losing Luka in the first round. You feel me? That's just what it is. Basketball is basketball.
It's just the confidence that he's
shouldn't be pulling up on Stephen A. Smith. Should be more focused about winning games. You feel me?
It's the confidence that he's playing with here, bro. Like
what I said.
The Nas Reeds, the Dante DiVincenzo, who's bringing a different kind of energy, bro. Like, I know a lot of people, like to write off Dante, but like the role that he stepped in the league, just like not for the T-Wolves, but for the Warriors, for the Knicks, et cetera, like he brings a different kind of attitude to these teams. And like a lot of people don't seem to see it because like he brings a different kind of aggressive, he brings a different kind of offensive attitude and defensive attitude. The Nas Reeds of the world, who is doing all the dirty work, doing all the grunt work, still trying to make his case for like he wasn't sixth man of the year last year. He's like, y'all gotta respect me, bro. I'm still like that. You know what I mean? Like they got the pieces, bro. And that's the thing that people kind of wrote off about the T-Wolves. And I'm like, y'all forget, bro. Like David McDaniels was one of, if not the best wing defender in the league last year. Like, 2 years ago,
come on.
T-Wolves from advancing in the playoffs. Like, we gotta stop. People gotta stop acting like the T-Wolves are some slouch, bro. Like they got their young star, they got their pieces, bro. Like they got a team over there.
Yo,
with the best.
Damn, give it back to Draymond. Fuck that. give it back to Draymond. Fuck Buddy Hield.
Chris Finch over there coaching his ass off, bro. The T-Wolves is different, bro. Like
yeah, they listen. Edwards said what he said, and he backing it up. I mean, that's just what it is. You gotta talk and walk the walk, and that's what he's doing. I'm always happy to see the Lakers lose because I'm a Boston fan, but it just makes it sweet. That is a little bit more sweeter that it's LeBron James, But last game in the West, we got the game that's on right now: Rockets versus Warriors. Boo up. Who you got? How's it looking? What you thinking?
It's what I pretty much predicted. I mean, I thought the Warriors were going to win this series. The Rockets don't have an offensive identity to save their lives. I mean, don't get me wrong. Defense is a great foundation to have. You definitely need defense to win championships. But if you don't have a true identity offensively, you're going to be exposed in the playoffs, and that's essentially what's happening right now. They're getting exposed. They cannot get easy buckets, and
oh my God, just that play right there is what goes to what you said.
Yeah,
just that play. I don't know if you see Draymond with the defense right there. Bang! Oh my God, they out the gates with it. Moo, how you feeling over there, Moo? What you thinking? How you feeling?
Houston Rockets. Burnt out socket, babe. Go heat up my hot pocket. Dubs and pop, nigga. Stop playing, bro. The fuck is wrong with you, man?
That nigga say, "Bang, go heat up my hot pocket." I'm crying.
Yeah. I told my boy Jeremy a few days ago, right? Because he was like, "Yeah, I like how y'all playing and whatnot." I was like, "That's cool, but I'm waiting until game motherfucking 4 or 5. That's when I'm gonna start talking my shit." Okay, I ain't even busted out the Steph Curry jersey yet, or even worse, the Draymond Green jersey yet. Okay, Micah,
put that shit
away.
away.
Micah B, I'm on your ass, boy. Stop playing with me, dog. Cause you was talking all that shit before the series, and now look, yeah. We back at it, man. Stop playing with us, bro.
I can see the Warriors pulling this one out. I kind of with Boo Up. I don't see the Rockets with knowing like who's the main guy getting the basket. Is probably kind of sheared, and the Warriors love to pick that apart because then you could just key in on guys like, and Dylan Brooks ain't no help. You fuck that. Let's talk about Dylan. You feel me? I like Dylan. You feel me? No, I don't. Fuck Dylan. But I think the Rockets will get there. I think they're missing maybe a piece or two to really contend for a title, but it's just a bad thing to run into the Warriors because I've learned this, no matter what they got, what pieces they got, where they are when they make it to the playoffs, they're kind of a different monster. And even though they got E-Man, right, Boo? So you say E-Man, even though they got E-Man. Coaches can win games, but I think they won that game. You feel me? I think they won that game.
I think it's more of the Warriors didn't play well. More so to me.
Yeah, but you got to take advantage of that as a coach, understand?
I would say the players need to, and that's why I understand what you're saying. Like the players mostly won that game because, again, just because the Warriors are playing bad don't mean that they got to play good either. They play good. So for the most part, that's why I understand.
They ain't playing good right now.
No, they're not. Ime, to me, is still a coach. What coaches do for me always would be build cultures. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what he's doing. He got a young team down.
Yeah. And then also the other thing, because you'll build offensive identities.
I mean, you got to have the players to do that.
Yeah, but I think he kind of Van Vliet would kind of be that player.
No, Van Vliet is a off guard. He's a small undersized combo guard, and that's just he's more like a 6 man for that team. Like, you know what I'm saying? Versus, I think what they're planning on doing is building around Amen. That's what it looks like they're going to potentially do. He's going to be their star of the future. But you
talking about the Thompson brother?
Yeah, but he won't probably blossom until Jalen's gone. That's the thing. They're going to probably have to trade Jalen for him to take that next step in his game. They need a player like they need somebody that can run the offense, but obviously he's going to have to be somebody like a Darius Garland type player. You know what I mean? Like something like this. Somebody that can get you 18, 19 points efficiently, about 7 to 8 assists. A guy that still can be like the closest thing to kind of like a pure point guard in this league, a real floor general, if you know what I mean. Like he's like similar to that still, that type of player. So I think it's not a lot of those guys either running around. So like that's just makes the situation tougher.
But yeah, I see the Warriors pulling out maybe, I say 6. I say Rockets maybe get 1 more if the Warriors don't play well. But it's looking like they're about to take a 3-1 lead. But it's still early in the game. I mean, still like, 8 minutes left. I'm speaking out of turn here. But anyway, to the other side. And, it's a little disappointment here with me with the Celtics Magic series because in my heart of hearts as a Boston fan, but also as a I don't know what we would call ourselves, podcaster. I do feel like Boston should be sitting at home relaxing right now, getting ready for round 2, not getting ready for a game 5. Don't really feel like they played up to par in game 3. Especially for us to lose by 2. A disappointing loss to me. Feel like we should put this team away. Not saying the Magic are some slouches. They're not. Paolo's doing his thing out there. I did see a post that was in a sport forum, and the guy said that Paolo is better than Jason Tatum, but we're not ready to talk about that.
That is crazy.
That's because we're not ready to talk about that because it's not true.
Well, how are you feeling about the Celtics versus the Magic team?
Outside of that ignoramus ass comment that whoever said that, honestly, I feel you. I understand where you're coming from as a Celtics fan, but it's just not as a Celtics fan, but as a basketball fan, understanding that the team that Boston has, they should be probably chilling at the crib right now. But I think that this Orlando team is maybe a piece away from really being like a formidable team. Like right now, they're a tough out, right? Like we can understand that Orlando's right now is a tough out, but I think they're legitimately a piece away from being like super formidable to the point where people are going to start taking them seriously. They've made some really good, acquirements through the offseason. It might just be a little too young, but I think
they're on fire right now.
They're just a young, fiery team that is trying to capitalize on defending champs' mistakes whenever and if ever they make them.
What?
I'm not shocked that Orlando got one. Paolo is a very good young player in this league. You know what I'm saying? He's entering that star stage right now, and he's on the rise, right? Like, so for me, I'm not shocked that Orlando snuck a game against, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not sure. Did Drew Holiday even play that game 3?
No, he didn't play game 4.
Right. Okay, I know he didn't play game 4, but
he didn't play game 4. I believe he played game 3, but I'll check for you.
I mean, the Celtics is just right now, they on cruise control, but they lost the game by 2. I'm not at all remotely worried about them. They really don't even overwork those guys like that for real. So I'm shocked by Orlando, and I think that game they won anyway. I want to say we had Wagner, Franz Wagner had 30 as well with Paolo, so it took 2 30-point performers to beat you.
Nah, Drew didn't play. It don't look like Drew played in game 3. White, Porzingis, Horford, Brown.
Yeah. And like I said, though, it took in that game 3. I want to say Franz dropped 30, and I know Paolo had 30 or something like this. So shout out to the Magic. They just like Moose said, they're a team that's kind of like a piece or 2 away. I keep saying Trae Young should go there. Like I think Trae Young in Orlando would be a great play.
He didn't play in game 4. And he didn't play in game 3.
This series is over with. They're going back to Boston. It's over with, man. They gonna chill. They can be at the crib at the third quarter.
I don't know, because then we got Knicks versus Pistons and they 3-1-2.
That's cool.
Which should be 2-2, or should it? But what?
No, I think this series is about where it should be. The Knicks is just a better team at the end of the day. I like what I'm seeing from Cade. Again, another star in this league. Gonna be entering those.
All right, they settled in now.
Those top 15 type debates, things of that nature. But yeah, I'm not shocked about it. New York is clearly just a better team with more poised players. I know a lot of people were saying early on in this, series, after game 2, Cade is better than Brunson, and I disagree. But that's what people do. People live in a moment. You know what I'm saying? And I just think Cade is just a budding star right now. And it's good to see. It's good to see that in the league right now.
Mooch?
I think that's fair. The way that I want to say this by starting with this. These young players are something to
That's a tough shot.
look at, because when you have a young Paolo, when you have a young Cade, right? When you have these young guys and even you can even look at Tyrese Halliburton, right? You can even put him in the discussion. The way that they've been playing has been shown that they are taking their development seriously, but they are truly formidable. They are truly to be taken seriously in this league, right? And even looking at Jalen Green from a few nights ago, right? Going off for 40. At Ant-Man with that, right? Looking at the Detroit team, they kind of like Orlando, like a young fiery team that, you know, it's obviously going to be a tough out for the Knicks. You can see how it might be another team. I know, like I said before, a few weeks ago, like the narrative, right? Because a lot of people hear the name and you automatically think, oh, yeah, New York is supposed to sweep them. Supposed to take it as an easy. But looking at the Caves, looking at the Ivies, and the Beasleys, and the Hardaways, and just that team that they built over there, right? The Jalen Durans, like, they might be a few pieces away before they start to be looked at real seriously, right? Kind of like in the same book as in Orlando, right? And even as OKC from a few years ago. I came on here and said, we had Theo on here. Shout out to bro Theo, but said OKC was a few years away, right? They had started to acquire all these young pieces with the Shays, Jalen Williams, go out and Caruso. You brought in draft Fed, right? So like you add all these players, so you look at what Detroit's doing, and like what I talked about earlier as a coach, establishing a culture, right? JB Ricochet leaving Cleveland and going to Detroit, establishing that tough kind of culture, establishing that mindset. Everything that happened this year the Detroit Pistons is, oh, the bad boys are back. 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 But it's like it's the environment. JB Ricochet, it's the challenge. The chance to really understand that. Right now. So, shout out to the Pistons. I know that they took a tough loss due to a really crazy shot the other night, but I think man, they can be serious, bro. We were not going to be looking at the Pistons as just a laughing stock in the league. They're going to be taken seriously again, and I think people are already starting to see it.
No, Pistons never win a championship. Knicks in 5. Finish it off because Knicks in 6. I don't know. Can't let the Pistons win another one. I mean, they're a good team. They're young. I like what they're showing. Definitely from where they have been with Buap trying to put teams right now is where the Pistons has been for the last 10 years. So I mean, they understand what Buap is saying. Like when you got to be at the bottom for some time, they ain't trying to be there no more. And it's glad to see them in the mix. You know. We get to see teams like the Heat that's been at the top for so long go to the bottom. And the Pistons are in the playoffs, baby, playing the Knicks. Come on, they got to win. Come on. You feel me? That's all you get. They found the Knicks, that's all you get. You got to finish this off. Because Boston ready. You feel me? You got a tough matchup next on your hands. It ain't going to be easy. So let's get it done, you know. And then after that, we got Pacers versus Bucks 3-1. How you feeling about that, Mulich?
I said this last week, bro. If the Bucks were to lose, and I understand the circumstances, right? You don't have to
Dave snapped that Achilles
series.
I saw that live.
Blood clots at first, and then
I said that
the other night. But like I said,
fortunately, it's crazy.
The critics, the analytics, right? The narratives. Big sports media, they don't care about their injuries, bro. And the narrative is Jonathan's bouncing the first round again, right? Injured 2 years in a row to the point where your team doesn't have you, so you get bounced in the first round, and then you are healthy, you lose one of your running mates. But a lot of people feel like this team should still be competitive enough and formidable enough to where they can beat this young Pacers team, right? So, like I said, when we were talking about legacies and whose legacy might take the big, I still think it's Giannis. And from what it's looking like, that prediction's coming true, man. Because 3-1, you're taking
One trick pony,
and it just seems like the Bucks don't have an answer. Like, not even just as a fully healthy team, they don't have an answer for the Pacers. I'm pretty sure we'll get into it later when we talk about coaches and their legacy, because this is definitely going to affect Doc. But yeah, it's not looking good, bro. And like I said, it's going to affect Giannis's legacy. There's going to be a narrative for sure. So people are going to have to prepare for that.
but what?
I actually predicted this anyway, so I can't say I'm shocked. I figured the Pacers would win the series. I felt like Dame, even if he came back, he wasn't going to be 100%. So, and I just think today the Pacers have a better team than the Bucks. Like, now I do agree with Moo. I do think Giannis is finna take some heat, bro. This is nasty.
Mm-hmm.
All-time great player.
Mm-hmm.
3 first-round exits. Granted, the injuries are there, but people don't care. Like, truly, like the people that drive the narratives and things of that nature, they don't care. This is what they know. 3 first-round exits. It's almost unheard of for a player, for all-time great in the peak of his powers, to lose 3 times in a row in the first round. I don't think I've ever seen this. Now, this would be 2 years in a row for Brian, but he's 40. He's not the peak of his powers no more.
Let his fans tell what he is.
Oh, right, definitely the fans. But yeah, it's a bad look. I don't want to say he's still gonna take the biggest hit, but I think he's gonna take a hit for sure. I still think this might go to Luka now.
I mean, the narrative definitely gonna be there.
It's finna be nasty. It's finna be nasty. Like, you're gonna have the people that and it wasn't many, but it's gonna be people that swear they was like old WAP over here, swearing that was I knew it was a good trade. There's gonna be a lot of them come out of nowhere. But of course, the reality is, bro, like the narrative is just gonna be bad, bro. Like, he gonna catch a lot of heat from the Jordan sexuals. He gonna catch a lot of heat from them. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't even win with Luka Doncic. He just gonna get thrown and shit. Like, it's gonna be bad for Luka for a little minute. So, but yeah, Giannis. To me, this is more about Dame. It's more about Dame right here. This might be it for Dame. Like, 35. He's gonna be 35. I think in July, August, like that. You're probably out 6 months, 8 months for sure with the Achilles. Like,
2 years.
Now they coming back fast off the Achilles now.
He snapped that shit. I heard it.
Yeah, no, even then though, like, who recently told
my leg.
Who the fuck recently told their Achilles and came back like quick as hell?
Nobody, because the last person I think we tore their Achilles like that was notable was Clay.
Like, no, KD told the Achilles, but he tore
it, but Clay tore it. Clay is the name that I can think of most recently, as far as the big name that we.
But even when KD tore his, it was the second. Wasn't that his second injury?
No, that was it was already an Achilles strain, I think. Like when he first tweaked it against Houston,
and then he popped that shit.
Then he popped it.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "Oh, my leg." But yeah, I mean, listen, the Mulich was right. It's definitely a hit on Giannis's legacy. I think Giannis might axe out. There's been some rumors circling around that Giannis might axe out. He wanted to axe out last year. They get rid of Chris Middleton. We don't know how that really sits with him. So yeah, to lose to the Pacers, this would be 2 years in a row now. 2 years in a row.
Yep.
Young, up and coming team. You know, excuse me, Tyler Halliburton doing his thing out there. Ugly shot, but doing his thing out there. Giannis is a, not sorry to say, one-trick pony. I mean, I tried to say this last year when Boston beat him and when the Heat beat him, and the saying was, the wall, you build the wall. Like, there was a method to that madness, right? There's a method why excuse me, the Heat, who had the personnel at the time that they built the wall and stopped Giannis, if I'm not mistaken, they wound up beating the Bucks that year. And why Boston was able to build the wall and beat the Bucks when they beat them in the playoffs, right? It's because if you can stop this guy from getting to the rim, he really ain't got nothing else for you. And then in order for him to get to his shot, and I could be wrong about this, he has to work harder. And I think that's what we saw in the series against Boston, where he was tired out towards the end, right? So if that continues to happen, right, and his second mates is going down, Chris Middleton not being there for an extended period of time, right, not having that chemistry, playing together for the season, right, then you get Dame and Dame's out, and then Dame comes back, and then Dame's out again. Like, that kind of messes with the chemistry of the team, and you expecting, or and I, you know, I'm the one I say, oh well, it's next guy up. For those guys to step up and give you that same production. So yeah, some of it falls on Giannis. A lot of it's going to fall on Doc, and like Moot said, when we get to that segment. But I think it's sad because the Bucks is a small market team, but I think Giannis might be out of it. I think it's bigger than this series. I think fuck the first round exits, boo up. I think Giannis might be like, yeah, it's time for me to go. And then, I think in a couple of weeks, or even next week, we might be talking about where Giannis going to land.
That could be possible. I'm not denying that, but I don't care that Giannis is, and I don't think he's a one-trick pony. You're talking in terms of like maybe he's not a. I don't even want to call him that. I think he's a limited scorer. He's not a versatile scorer.
Yeah.
He don't have a bag.
I agree with that.
He's a dominant scorer. He's going to get you. This is the third straight year him averaging 30 and 10. He's productive. It's a lot of the shit just is unfortunate, honestly. Like, ever since they won that title, it's just been injuries. Whether it's
but you tighten, defenses tighten up, in the playoffs. So
it don't even matter. It's still just hard to give them a fair look when you just seeing that the injuries is just piling up on this team. Like,
yeah, but that's got to be consistent for everybody.
It is.
I don't think so.
How isn't that?
I don't think it's consistency.
How?
On this show, where teams having injuries.
Tell me what instances, because you just can't say stuff and then not have no example of it. That'll be just like.
I mean, we could go back and we could talk about.
Going back to look at tape, and then
I didn't say nothing about tape. I didn't say nothing about tape. Here you go, jumping to conclusions again. I said we could go back and we can look at when we was talking about Boston being hurt, and Jason Tatum, and saying, yeah, he's not that. And I think he even said that a week ago when we was talking about Jason Tatum. It's not the wrist. It wasn't the wrist. Like, he even said it was hurt. Like, he even said it. Like, so I think if we're gonna say injury, which I agree,
I say
you
on the
gotta
court,
keep it up with everybody.
You're talking about something totally different, Troy. Please.
I'm
talking about if a player is actively not playing in the game, that's totally different from somebody hurt while playing. It's totally different.
Okay.
Like, so I'm just saying, like, again, the Bucks team in particular, losing their second best player the next year after the title run, then losing Giannis the year after, like, that team took some unfortunate hits. But I'm still saying, at the end of the day, some of the criticism is still fair. You cannot.
Did the Nets get that same fortitude?
Who?
The Nets.
When
KD, Kyrie, and James. I don't think
Nobody said Kevin Durant like that was a failure in 2021.
No, I'm talking about all the years they were there, all three, well, the 2.5 or whatever it was.
No.
We just had who the blame was, and that's it. It was on KD. But
Again, you're talking about when him and Kyrie were both actively on the court together. I still don't believe they should have got swept.
Which was what? How many games?
They got swept.
And no chemistry.
No chemistry. That was their second year together.
Yo, you talking about this
and on top of that, I'm not trying to hear no chemistry. These are the same two niggas that sat on the podcast and said they can be the coaches. They didn't need a coach. I'm not trying to.
I'm just saying injuries got to go all the way around. That's not injured all the way around.
Injuries is not. That's not injuries, bro. You're trying to make it seem like that's injuries. That's not injuries.
How's that not injuries? KD missed time.
How, bro?
They played 28 games together, or the big three. How is that not injuries? I don't understand.
They were on the court together. I'm saying, like Kyrie and Kevin Durant, when they got swept by Boston
in the playoff game, yes, but I'm talking about as a totality. Injuries have to be held to the same standard. Did Kyrie and the KD play that whole season together? No, they both missed time that season. If we go back the season before that, James Harden and Kyrie missed time before that. If we go back to half a season before that, when they got together, James Harden came over. They missed time. They were all missing time. They did, like the stat was shown on ESPN and every other news outlet that they played 28 games together, and this one played this many with this. That injury has to count there too. And I don't, like I said, I stand by what I said. I don't think on this show it's held to the same standard.
You're talking about that's his injury, bro.
What do you say, Mulich?
As far as the starting five, yeah, that was a stat that the whole starting five had played like total like 26 games.
Yeah, but that's still, again, that's chemistry and that's not injuries. They still was on the court together in the playoffs, and they looked it very fucking good, obviously, until they got hurt. Then fast forward the next year against Boston, Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving could not get a fucking game.
I didn't see games that whole season not getting in the groove. I got you,
bro. Here you go saying that, but they on the court.
They are on the court, but things affect things. Things affect things. When actions happen, there's a recourse, right? When you put this gear and you attach it to that gear, did this gear not spin with the other gear? Like things happen because of things that happen, right? We always talk about players being there and playing the season and being ready for the playoffs. Like I'm not saying it as an excuse. I'm just looking at it as it is. Yeah, the players get there in the playoffs, but both of those players, miss some times right before the playoffs, where it was key getting into a groove, getting with your team, having those that camaraderie together to understand they can look good, but when it comes down to the nitty-gritty, why did they get swept by Boston and why do they lose, to the Bucks the year before? And I'm not talking about
the asking why they lost to the Bucks. I'm not talking about why they lost.
I'm not talking about the tilt. I'm just saying, like, it's just not. But anyway, let's
narratives.
I'm not creating narratives. I just remember
who asked like, besides asshole people that just don't like Kevin Durant, who the fuck will ask why did the Bucks lose? I mean, the Nets lose.
I mean, and it was a conversation. There was a whole big group of people.
Watch basketball, Troy.
No, they was watching. They was watching the toe, man. They was watching the toe.
Whatever, bro. You know what I mean, bro. There's no way.
But I'm saying that as I'm not joking there or trolling. Like I'm being serious. Like they were watching. Like there was a big ass conversation on fucking Kevin Durant's toe when the fucking zoomed in and saw that it was a 2.
Okay, what does that have to do with people slandering him for losing? Nobody tried to slander him. Everybody pretty much thought after that game they was calling Kevin Durant the best player in the world. Like, what are we talking about?
They was calling him the best player in the world after losing?
Yes, they were saying that. Are you crazy?
I do remember. Not
over here.
Slightly.
Here you go. Talk about you.
Because he goes on. I think he dropped 50 that game, right? Or 50 something that game. He hits the what we thought was the game tying 3, but his shoe was too fucking big. But they go on.
It was a game tying shot. It just wasn't. It could have been a game winning shot.
It did a game winning shot, right? But of course, we know the narrative. He wore the wrong size shoe that day, whatever the fucking case the niggas want to say. But I do specifically remember a lot of people giving him some flack for the overtime period because I think they talk about he went scoreless or some weird shit like that.
He went scoreless, yeah.
But that's the one thing I remember. And then the next year they get swept or something like that.
Yep, both some whack tennis. But no, I'm just saying that's all Angels got to be. But anyway, we got one more game we got to get to, and that's the Cavs versus Heat, which is over with. So I don't know if y'all want to touch on that one.
It was over with before it started, bro. Everybody,
yeah, that's an easy sweep.
It really didn't matter who the Cavs played against in that series, whether it be the Heat or the Hawks. It was going to be bad.
No, I think Trey get a game.
I don't think that.
Trey get a game?
I think Trey gets a game.
Fuck no.
I don't know.
I think Trey gets a game.
Trey and Jackson Daniels over there get a game?
Let's look at it. Let me see.
Bro, Trey is not getting no fucking game.
Calm down, bro. Calm down,
What's they got over there?
Oh, nigga, I'm telling you the truth. Nigga not getting no fucking game.
Nah, I think the Hawks definitely get a game, bro.
All right.
Maybe on their home court, but that's it.
Well, they're not winning, bro. We would beat
I think they would beat this shit. Nah, I think.
Yeah.
I stand on it. I think Hawks get a game.
The Hawks is done. They need to blow that shit up.
They definitely need to blow that shit up. I'm with you there, but to what extent of blowing it up, I don't know.
Trey, that's what you need.
Ooh, snapback.
I don't know.
Bang, damn. They came back on him, took the lead, the Rockets. Damn, that Warrior star was dope, but the Rockets said, nah, calm the fuck down. Yeah. Cavs playing the Knicks. Well, who they playing next? Pacers? They'll play the Pacers next if the Pacers win their game.
Who?
Cavs play the Pacers if the Pacers win. Which is also an interesting matchup, but I'm pretty sure you guys taking the Cavs in that one.
It's supposed to be Cavs Pacers next matchup?
Yeah, Cavs Pacers, I believe.
Pacers, if the Pacers do what they're supposed to do.
Yeah, if the Pacers win, it'd be Cavs Pacers 1 versus 4.
And it's looking like they finna get Milwaukee up out of there in 5. So
Looks definitely looking like that.
But like I still, like I said, I think that's more about Dame. Like Dame to me, he gonna take the hit. Another guy that's gonna take some real heat.
Oh yeah, his legacy definitely gonna take a hit.
There's gonna be people that say, but this who y'all put in the top 75 over Kyrie. Kyrie got a ring. He been in the 2 finals. Blah blah blah. It's that narrative is going to get louder because it was already there. It's going to get louder.
I agree with you there.
It's going to get out.
That's very true.
So, like, I hate it for Dame too, because honestly, like, I don't want to sit here and say again, like, I thought even if Dame was healthy, like the Bucks could lose the series because the Pacers are a better team than the Bucks. Like that's just being objective. Watching basketball, they are a better team. They're playing better basketball than the Bucks. But the playoffs is still about pressure and Giannis being that type of player. He can be the I don't want to say an X factor, but the deciding factor in a series like that, where the team, and that's any great player to me. Any great player can somehow outdo a team that's somewhat better than theirs. Like they have that power to make things that necessary. But Giannis is literally out here by themselves. Kyle Kuzma ain't on the crumb. Brook Lopez is 40 fucking years old. He's done. Like it's bad for the Bucks right now, honestly. To be honest, I don't think Giannis want to be there no more.
Especially going in this direction because you got Bobby Portis, Kuzma, shit.
Man, it's over with, bro. That's a terrible supporting cast right now, bro. Like that's not a good supporting cast. None of them players really. It's bad, bro. It's bad. The Dame Giannis duo did not work. Dame is going to be 36 years old. It is over with.
So you think they blow that up too?
Yeah, it's done.
Because I know I mentioned earlier, and I got sidetracked and probably was blabbering for a second there. There were reports last year and somewhat towards the end of this year of Dame might, not Dame a fucking game. Giannis might axe out of being with the Bucks. And if that happens, I mean, you don't keep Dame, do you?
Oh, shoot. We got to see if Dame don't fuck around and retire.
I mean, that is also an option too. But I don't think that's in Dame. Dame probably. I think from what I've learned from Dame Dollar is he wants to win a championship.
This
So
is
I
true.
think if he has a opportunity to go somewhere where he can, I think he will.
He gonna go. You see, the thing about he done made his money too, right? He ain't gonna get. He not getting top dollar no more. It's over with.
Yeah, I think he knows that though. I don't think he's James Harden.
Injury. No, I don't think he knew that. I don't think because like when you
Not coming out the page off the Portland. Yeah, I don't think no.
no, not even coming off this year that he just had, right? He averaging 25, 6, he all-star. He might fuck around and make an all NBA team. Did he? Did the all NBA teams come out yet?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, but I think Dame can make an all NBA team this year. Like potentially. Maybe, maybe not. Whatever. It don't matter. He still was an all-star caliber player. He still is a very good number 2. Like coming before that injury, like no matter what, you could be like Dame, even if you don't want to make your number 1 no more.
No, I didn't come out yet.
He could be a number 2 with somebody, like at that stage. But when he tear that Achilles, it's over.
Yep.
It's over. Nobody's giving Dame no bread. Nobody. He gonna have to play on a show me deal.
For a few years, actually.
1-1 or 1 and none.
Man, he gonna listen. If he want to win,
Veteran.
he'll just take not a veteran, but he'll just take I don't know.
Mid-level exception.
He gonna be able to show something, right? Because I think he gonna miss.
I mean, he can still ball.
No, look, this is what it's gonna have to happen, right? He's going to more than likely miss a large part of next year.
Yes.
That's true because of the Achilles. Yeah.
May be able to play towards the end of the season.
But do you really do that, or do you sit him for the rest?
If you can, because it's a contract year. Hell yeah, you gotta play. You gotta show somebody that you still got something.
Snap that shit again.
That's after a serious injury like that.
Yeah, like he gonna have to do something, and then that'll be his only chance to like not get that like just a veteran deal, right? At least somebody try to give him 15 mil a year, 20. You know what I'm saying? Some decent, because he might can still be whatever. Like the question is, what team would that look like for a guy like Dame? Like he just really a bucket. He ain't really like a point guard, you know what I'm saying, that a young team might need. Like that position that he plays when he not at his best gets tricky. Because now do we play you as a 6-man? What do we do with you? 37. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what do we do with you at 37? That's a real question the league gotta. I mean, GMs gotta ask themselves before they sign a guy like Dame. So I think he in a fucked up situation, bro. He really is, but he done made his money too. But it's gonna be hard for him to like go somewhere for real and it be like advantageous where he get the money and compete. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be tough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, what is he? 30? What?
He finna be 36 at the end of the summer.
Now? I was about to say 34. If he was 34, it'd be all right. But 36, oh damn, he might just fuck around, do a move, and retire. But yeah, I mean, if I'm I don't know if Dame really. I mean, if I fucking keep saying it. If Giannis really leaves the Bucks, I don't know where he goes. I think there'd be a plethora of teams lined up to take him, and I think there'd be a plethora of teams willing to fucking and Blue Ops, you know, synopsis of blowing it up. Be willing to give up some of the pieces you want to blow up with. You feel me?
I'm not gonna lie to you, bro.
Question I will put to Blue Ops: do you, with all the teams that you have in mind that should blow some shit up, do you think if the Bucks make a trade with one of those teams, do you think that is adequate enough? Like the Hawks is one you said, the Grizzlies. Who else you said?
Good point.
It's a couple of teams. The problem with them teams is they got like guys that like I wouldn't try to trade because they still small market teams. This is why I'm saying blow them up. I wouldn't try to trade if I'm small market team to each other's. You know what I'm saying? Like we just don't have the same problem. We just gonna be swapping players around that don't have the supporting cast to really get it done. So with Giannis, I'm not saying you shouldn't blow it up. I'm not saying I wouldn't trade him if I was the GM, because I would trade his ass. And mostly because he's 30 years old, and players like Giannis definitely tend to break down.
Yeah, but see, that was gonna be my other thing. Like, if you're a GM, like, even though teams will be lined up to take on Giannis, how much are they willing to give up for him, knowing what you just said? That he's more liable.
They gonna give up a lot. I just gotta realize I got my worth out of him. I got the ring out of him.
What about the Suns? Another
They
small market, but team in pieces.
They could say, yeah, if the Bucks want to do the Devin Booker shit, like, but I wouldn't. If
Dallas,
if I'm the Bucks, I'm gonna try to trade Giannis to
the Pelicans. See, we cooking now. Because
it's good because I can get Zion from you. Give me Zion for Giannis. I might say straight up, I wouldn't even care.
I'm not mad at that.
But the problem is Zion sign a contract yet?
I don't know if I want to go man.
Extension? No, I don't think so.
So if he gonna be a free agent, that might, because Zion it'd be like a rental. You'll just get him for a rental. I want to get you can be gutsy. You ain't gonna get it, but I'll be gutsy though. I'll just see. I'll call San Antonio like, what's up with Victor? What y'all talking about? Like, I would be gutsy. Them the type of calls I'm making. I'm calling and I'm trying to get your young star.
San Antonio.
I give you Giannis for him straight up.
Who, Victor?
Hell yeah.
No,
hang up the phone.
Yeah. Fucking stupid. They were like, "Hello, this is the Bucks. We want to acquire about Victor." Fuck you calling me? You got the wrong number, nigga. Because I ain't stupid.
Probably will. I'm not saying that. I'm saying the type of calls you still can make, bro. I'm starting there. I'm starting with them type of players for Giannis. Giannis got value. He's the top 3 player in the league. But I'm gonna get what I want for him.
But I don't think the Spurs even.
I know they won't. They not gonna trade a young star like that. Yeah, I can give me some bonus.
Listen, we could see one of the most craziest. I know we're getting off track, but we can see one of the most craziest, like, multi-team trades we've ever seen. With Giannis maybe axing out. The Suns having Booker, Bill, and KD. Sacramento wanting to move on from Sabonis. Pelicans dealing with Zion. Fucking, I don't know who else you want to throw in that bitch. The Mavs got fucking picks they could throw around with some young players they could give up. Washington Wizards, I don't know if you want to throw them in there. They got Jordan Poole. I don't know what Miami got. I'm not sure if Denver, you willing to give up anything like Jamal Murray, but that could get interesting if they willing to blow something up there. But what? You got Atlanta right there looking to move off of Trey. Fucking shit. Charlotte Hornets might do something stupid. It could be to me, in my mind, the way I'm looking at as many players that don't, like, teams are battling with, or players that don't want to be there. Yeah, I believe, like, this shit's gonna get crazy. It's gonna be like a 17 trade. KD the fucking like, KD to the Grizzlies, Ja Morant to the Clippers. Like, it's gonna be some stupid shit, bro. Like, it's gonna be something stupid, bro. I'm like, yo, what the fuck, bro? It's gonna shake the league up. That's what I see. It just feels like that with everybody wanting to move. Zion fucking end up on the East. Like,
nah, I feel it. I just still think, man, bro, it's gonna be crazy. Like, regardless, like, it's a lot riding right now. Like,
they fighting.
Or we late, bro. We kind of late.
You say I'm late? I wasn't paying attention.
Draymond in the middle of everything, usual.
But no, the party was Steph. That's the cool part about it.
Yeah, it is. You're right. You're right, for sure. Typical Draymond. But yeah, I just think it's gonna be a crazy
The rookie trying to get in there. Quentin Post trying to get in there. Hold on, wait.
A crazy off season for sure. Like I said, that Sacramento shit kind of intriguing for sure. Where you can
kick Dylan out the game.
You can unload Giannis over there. Hell, really, if you the Bucks, you might also look into trying to see maybe you trade the Jazz, but the Jazz probably want to be weak. I don't know.
Well, you think Lauri Markkanen gonna be on the move?
Like the Jazz got a lot of draft assets. For sure.
Yeah, they do with that Rudy Gobert trade.
Weak though, they just probably want to be weak. They don't really want to be good.
I mean, but who else, like player wise, do you like? Because that's what I'm thinking. Like, it's got to be. To me, it's players like that's going to be moving. Like pieces are going to be involved, like picks, but marketing, Kessler, Clarkson, Sexton.
You gotta make it work though. Like it gotta be a scenario where like a team will want to trade whatever they trade because they think they either can win or
to build, right? But that's what I'm saying. Zion is still young.
Maybe Houston. Houston got a lot of pieces.
That's true. They got a lot of young.
That is true, and I was gonna say Houston, but I'm not sure if E-Man. Like I think E-Man don't think he needs to like blow it up like that to move those most.
It ain't blowing it up. It ain't blowing it up if you really.
Because who do you keep?
Because you keep it Amen. You keep it Amen.
Right, but you're not. One of your vital pieces is Van Vliet. No. He the highest paid on the team. No.
You need to keep Amen. You need the player you can move off of would be more than likely Sengun. You can move off of Sengun, Jalen Green. And I think that's gonna be enough, really. Like that's gonna be enough to kind of get Giannis. And you're gonna maybe throw in what's the kid name? Jabari Smith or some shit like that. And I don't know. I think you could pull it off though. That way you have a fucking you got a Giannis, Amen, Fred VanVleet. You can kind of like find a 3-and-D shooter. That's all you will probably need on that team with Giannis and Amen, like 3-and-D shooter. Like Amen like that. Nice.
See, look,
20-point score in a minute.
The first thing I see when I go on Bleacher Report, teams with assets for Giannis. I'm telling you. I'm trying to see. Well, we already know what the Bucks future is doing. Trying to see if they got some wild ass trade ideas. Trade to the Heat. Full scenario. Heat get Trae Young. Hawks get Terry Rozier, Duncan Robinson, Jamie Jaquez, Nikola Jovic, Larson's 2025, number 20, Golden State Warriors, and Miami's 2030 protected first round, and $19.4 million in traded sections. I like that trade.
Hold on, I'm not convinced.
Yeah, I'm not convinced either. I don't think that's enough for Trey. Boy, you damn shitting me.
Yeah, Adams, folks. Better get tough, folks. This nigga Jalen Green is weak. Damn. I'm gonna stop calling him weak. I'll be getting the people. We not weak, but he's weak.
Oh, they're saying these players could axe out. They got Giannis, LaMelo, Katie, we know that one already. Ja Morant. It was surprising to me because I think they're just going to trade his ass and Domantas Sabonis. We all caught up in the game? Nobody there?
Oh, yeah, my bad, bro.
This nigga said it's getting dirty out here. Did they call a foul on the guy who tackled Curry?
On the guy.
And then on Brown and then Dylan? Did Dylan get fouled? Did Dylan get a foul?
That was Dylan Brooks with the hip check. Gave Steph a hip check. Steph hit him with the that's two.
Reggie Miller said he don't understand it. The ball don't lie.
Great
Ball
defense.
don't lie.
I'm trying to see why Steph went back. Good shot.
So wait, is it ball? Is it step ball or are they shooting free throws? No.
Good defense.
Wait, Curry got a technical?
That's what I'm trying to see.
I'm sorry, I'm caught up in this game right now. The fuck happened? Why Curry leave? Y'all ahead of me somehow.
That's what I'm trying to see why he leave.
You got to take a shit.
I'm hella weak.
I don't know. You guys, we're hour and 10, and you guys think we still got time to talk about coaches' legacies, or we save for next week?
Come on. We can talk a little bit. What coach you want to talk about? Doc? His legacy is his legacy. It can't get no worse.
Who else said I got the segment? Who else said I got the segment right here? Don't worry about him.
Like, he fucked. Like, he's just another great player, great two players that he coached. Oh, Belly Bear. Okay. Belly Bear. He been waiting on this day like a big kid. I know I can't even fuck around talking about this shit on Ish. They over to be.
He said, listen, I know this is a football show, but let me tell you something. Fuck LeBron. Fuck LeBron.
Fucking LeBron. But no, man, for real. Yeah, Doc.
Oh,
Doc shit.
I think Doc is the obvious one, but what about
I don't
Pat Riley?
Who?
Is it Eric Spoelstra?
Go.
Hell no.
We ain't talking about Eric Spoelstra. Fucking
About what?
legacy?
Hell no.
No,
Oh.
no, we ain't doing that. What about Steve Kerr's if they lose? We ain't talking about Steve Kerr's. No hits to Steve Kerr.
Probably not.
Probably not. Shit. If anybody that's probably gonna take a hit, like again, it's gonna be Doc, more than likely. Potentially Thibodeau, depending on what happens in the next round with the Knicks versus Boston. Like whatever happens in that series.
What about Tom Thibodeau?
That's what I said.
No, you said that might be.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like whatever happens in that series, like it would have to be, you know what I'm saying, Boston just outplaying. Like if the players are just outplaying them, they can't really blame Tibbs, in my opinion. You can blame Tibbs for certain things, like maybe down the stretch not adjusting properly, whatever. Like because to me, this team was built to match Boston.
Mm-hmm.
So like they have the personnel to guard Boston. So to me, it's just gonna be a matter of who wants it more, obviously. Like, and I ain't gonna say necessarily who wants it more, but still, like that's essentially what it's gonna be. Who's gonna contain what matchups more on each side. And obviously I'm going with Boston, but I do think the Knicks can make it a 6, maybe a 7-game series if they own their shit. I think, like I said, Tibbs is another guy who we should be saying we need to get some talk because, you know, last time I'm just saying, right, want you to correct me. Darvin Ham, rookie year as the Lakers head coach, did he not go to the Western Conference Finals? I'm just.
Are we talking about JJ Redick?
I'm just saying, like,
what about Tyronn Lue?
He got Luka and LeBron.
He do got Luka and LeBron. It's tough.
And you lose in the first round. I'm just saying, why? If Darvin Ham's job the whole season was on fire, you know what I'm saying? The whole season, rookie coach can't even get a break. Coaching LeBron James, a known coach killer at this point. You getting your ass out of there. Just what it is, man. Call it what it want. This the Lakers' fourth head coach since LeBron's been there.
Head coach killer. Coach killer.
He got Luke Walton out of there, and everybody kind of expected, you know, Luke Walton was already there.
Yeah,
whatever.
Luke Walton was gone.
See, let's bring in Frankie V.
That's not fair.
You get smoked the next year. Why didn't you let Westbrook get here? Who told you that? Come on, Frank, get out of there. Lost the locker room.
Darvin Ham, bring your ass on in here.
Bring it. Come on, Darvin. Get to the Western Conference Finals.
Came in here without change the culture.
First round exit. You gotta go. You even though you lost to the defending champions, you gotta go, Darvin.
Base.
But JJ Redick from the potential lose in the first round, and man, God forbid they lose at the crib, game 5. Just want to see if anybody's going to say JJ, but I think they ain't going to say that. I think because LeBron people like love LeBron's people. JJ is one of LeBron's people. They had the little podcast and shit together. You know what I'm saying? Like, JJ low-key Clutch Sports. He part of that Clutch. You know what I'm saying? Man, and Mel, that's what they call him. AR-15, man.
Mel going off over here?
Yeah, Mel going off, man.
Doc Rivers, definitely.
Yeah, Doc Rivers got to be, bro.
Nick Nurse might be another one.
Well, they kind of already established he coming back no matter what, so I think he.
Yeah, that shit legacy hit. You put talking there.
We say that, but shoot, Mike Malone got fired 5 days for the playoffs.
Yeah, but and then the owning them bogus because they came out and said they was wrong later. Like, y'all bogus here. But anyway, I ain't saying you wrong move. What I'm saying is that they done kind of already saying they gonna give them a chance. You know what I'm saying? So I think they safe for now. That's all I'm saying for the most part. Nick Nurse safe for now. Obviously, what happened next year and depending on how
broke his hip.
You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. That's the thing with that team, right? He coaching an injured superstar. He's coaching an injured number 3 option. And it's gonna get so bad with Maxey might start getting hurt because the load getting too big for him. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, bro. That Philly shit is a mess, bro. They might need to blow that shit up too. And try to build around Maxey, maybe. But nobody's taking that Paul George contract, so it's over with. You're just gonna have to suck it up.
Just about to say that. Nobody's taking that Paul George contract.
Then it's getting scrappy over here.
So I would say what's the other guy I was gonna say that might be on the hot seat?
Billy Donovan.
Billy Donovan low key should get.
I was gonna say, what about Tyronn Lue?
Thank you. That's a good name. That's a good name. Ty Lue, as much as I respect him, end of the day, he needs some type of accountability, right? But then it's gonna always go back to me, and I hate to be nasty because I love this dude, like Kawhi. It's gonna be more about him too, because I'm still, as much as I'm trying to be about what we're talking about, the legacy of the coaches, I still think your legacy is tied into your players. And Kawhi, and now they doing this shit with Ty Lue. Ty Lue a better coach than that. So I'm just saying, like, are we gonna bring in another coach, Kawhi? Like, is it gonna be another voice? What is it? At some point, y'all fumbling the bag as players. Like, whatever you're doing, you're fumbling. You're fumbling the game. You're fumbling the bag. You know what I'm saying? That's the truth. Like, for me, Kawhi is a great player, but he needs this. This is and damn that for James Harden. Like, they need to want to win this series, bro. They need to want to. The time is now, especially for a guy like Harden. He don't know how many more years. Or Kawhi. How many years do you think you got? This is your best chance to get it done.
He ain't playing like that. I don't know what the fuck you talking about. Kawhi playing like he got fucking 12-year-old knees. All right. What about Jason Kidd? No hot seat, no legacy talk for him?
He clearly they want Jason Kidd to me to clearly be the future coach, like the future of that culture.
Yeah, I mean,
ain't no way he just cool with them trading Luka. He would have either said fire. I mean, I want to get traded, bro. I quit something, bro. Like, ain't no way. That shit just never make sense. So now, all in all, bro, like, I think we pretty much touched on the coaches that could have be potentially hot seatish, but yeah, I don't really see nobody else. Everybody else kind of doing their job. All these other coaches done got fired. They fired Mike Budenholzer after one season. He's not a great coach either.
mm-hmm.
He's a good coach. Like, he gets good teams for the most part, and they don't really go deep into the playoffs too tough unless you consider like that Bucks team. But that's it. He had the Atlanta team that won like 60-some games and 4 All-Stars or whatever. But like, I'm not saying he's a bad coach. He's not a great coach either. But he got the boot. So it's not a lot of guys that should really be on the hot seat too tough right now. Everybody kind of like safe. Doc gonna get fired. They gonna probably fire Doc.
Is this the end of Doc though? Does Doc get another job if he
never get another coaching job again, bro?
I would hope not.
Analyst job? Will we see him doing analyst? No.
He should have stayed doing the analyst shit. Like, he's good at that, bro. Like he, I ain't gonna say like he great at that, but
on
he
the sideline like Reggie Miller.
Yeah.
He can be the top Tony Romo of the basketball.
Because he a preacher.
Tony Romo of the basketball. I got you.
He a preacher anyway. Like him and fucking, you know what I'm saying, Mark Jackson. They the type of coaching they do. They preachers. They preach, and that shit sound good. Like as a commentator on the game.
Commentator on the game. I mean, that's a fair point.
Like it just sound good. Mark Jackson got the cliche, the catchy lingo, the hand down, man down. Doc Rivers would be on the same type of, maybe not as catchy, but
Draymond about to get ejected.
It's over with, Doc. Like, we appreciate what you did in 08 with the Celtics, man, but it's over with, bro. Like, you done had too many teams. All you doing is just giving people reason to talk more shit about you. Like, that's all he doing. He had this player. He coached this guy. He just, like, bro, he didn't coach two last. He didn't coach 2 of the last 3 MVPs. No, excuse me. 4. No, 3 of the last 4 MVPs. So Harden, Giannis, Jokic, Embiid, Jokic. So he coached Harden, Giannis, and fucking Embiid, and ain't get a fucking conference finals appearance. Like, that's insane, bro.
No, I'm with you.
Conference finals, bro, with them caliber of players, bro.
What about Steve Kerr?
Nah, he can't take no hit right now. He more than likely finna go to the second round. He more than likely to lose to a team like fucking who they playing? Oh shit, they playing the Wolves.
Yeah, probably the T-Wolves next round.
Because they supposed to play the Lakers if they win. Yeah, they play the T-Wolves. And man, the way the T-Wolves look, ain't nobody gonna be like, nah, that's crazy that the Warriors lost to the Timberwolves. Like, nah. But it'll be still about how he coaching. If it's too many coaching like winning type situations where he's not making the right personnels, not calling the right timeouts, things of that nature, then yeah, people gonna get on him like that. But I can't really see that. I still think Steve Kerr is clearly a top 10 coach ever.
That's a debate for another day. I want to get at it. We had a minute 25.
That's for sure a debate.
Hour 25, a minute 21. We had an hour 25. Final thoughts. Part 2 next week on legacies of coaches, because we got a lot of coaches we got to think through. Now we got to go old coaches versus new coaches. Does the legacy still stack up? All right. Final thoughts.
Y'all know what it is, man. Fire show. Appreciate everybody for sliding through in the comments. Mail your favorite hater. Even if you didn't comment, we appreciate you for sliding through. Make sure you guys tune in to Gentlemen's Talk on Wednesday. PBT, you know what it is. On Thursday, Inside the Huddle on Friday. Don't miss it. Keep liking, keep commenting, keep subscribing. We'll keep rocking with y'all, man. We'll see y'all tomorrow.
What?
Man, you already know, man. Another great show with the gang. Like my brother Moose say, man, definitely tune in to the shows. Yeah, Monday.